Hello. Armed. Hello.
Give us your money.
Petey, behave. Remember we talked about that. No holding people up. We're doing the chat through for the Art of Transcending. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, follow up to Hurricane. We didn't do things in halves, really, did we? Or maybe where'd the song come from? Because it had been coming for ages.
Oh, yeah, that was a long gestation. Back in the dim, dark ages of Domino, that started with its little 11/16 verse that tortured our then guitarist Simon to bits. It's probably half the reason he left. Hi, Simon. And then proceeded to torture Scotty with it when he joined the band.
And tortured me the entire time too. I'm like, I don't know how the hell I'm going to write anything to this.
Well, I mean, you climbed a mountain and then it was easy.
Yeah. It was like 2 or 3 years. But yeah, so it was like it went through all sorts of incarnations musically, and I'd written some guff that was really ordinary, hence the word guff. Vocals to it, and it just wasn't sitting well. And and then in 2017, I went to Everest Base Camp and came back and went, right, that's what I'll write about. Bang, and the lyrics were done in, I don't know,
in a couple of weeks,
2 weeks kind of thing or something. All right, let's start. So epic video. I still can't believe we actually pulled this off, to be honest, and that nobody died and nobody was arrested. And that there was a complete film clip. Anyway, let's start it. It's in a band. Should we say where it is, or is that going to get us arrested?
Oh, well, it was 3 years ago now. If anyone was going to care, it was Tooth's Brewery in...
Yeah, in Mittagong.
Mittagong, that's the one.
So I literally found this online going, cool abandoned places, Googled it. And someone had, posted great photos. I just went, oh my God, does anyone want to go and check this out? So, and Andy and I had worked on Hurricane before this, and we were keen to do something again. Andy, the director of photography. So we went and did a recce, didn't we? And I think it was like November 2017. It must have been, because we released it 2018, didn't we? And it was just too cool for school, so we planned it and
worked out which spaces to use. And
and then sort of threw it all out the window and
went over there. Yeah.
So this is drone footage coming in.
And
So that's me. That's me sitting in that window about 3 or 4 stories up. Pete built that wall. See that floor? Just there, that little plank you can see there. Pete,
sheet of plywood.
Oh, sheet of plywood. There you go. Pete built that floor. So we bumped in at about midday, 1 p.m.
I didn't do the joists. They were already there.
Yeah, that makes it so slack. I'm building a floor.
Lazy carpenter.
So we bumped in at like midday or 1 p.m. Started rocking up. I think it was midday.
About that.
And there was just we're talking proper abandoned. There was one ladder actually, and when we'd been there on the recce, there had been more ladders. Yeah, there had been more ladders, and so one of the ladders we needed, because this is, as you saw, 2 or 3 stories up. There's no stairway, anything to get up. So thank God we'd all brought every piece of equipment, and so there were ladders, we had to hire a generator, we knew that. There's no electricity, there's no toilets, there's no stairs, ladders, there's holes all over the floor. So
there were pinch straps and all sorts of things to be able to cut the gear up through the manhole in the concrete floor to then be able to set the band up on that floor. So pretty amazing. There's Petey. Oh, and it was freezing bloody cold.
Yeah, it was June. Love that.
June in the Blue Mountains.
Southern Highlands, yeah. And that's me and Annalie and Pinky doing the dancing. That is my nephew, Callum, who's an incredible fighter. He's fighting Dodge. They did a brilliant job. The red dress. So the red dress had I can't remember, it was something like 6 metre long train, I think. It was ludicrous.
And you can see the breath coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, so that piece was actually filmed. That was the last thing. That was at 3 a.m. It was it 3 degrees, 4 degrees or something?
Ish.
It was unbelievable. It was friggin' freezing.
Half of that in the background is smoke. The other half is the people's breath and
it was unbelievably cold.
Steam from the coffee and everything else that was going on.
And thank God, see those 2 fire braziers there? Thank God we actually had fire, because that left that kept us sane, especially people who weren't filming at the time. It was just freezing. And so the other thing that we had to deal with, especially with the dancers, so the opening shot, there's bits throughout the video where that drone comes flying in at the very beginning. See where the dancers are now? They're above the band. We're using all 3 floors of the building at once. The 2 fighters are down, band is in the middle, and then the 2 dancers are on top, and all of the smoke from the fires and the smoke machine was going up to the top level, and we've got like, the dancers were asthmatic. I can't remember, Pinky at least, if not Annalie as well.
No.
And they're trying to dance, and they just got, oh, it was wild. Love that bit, crazy bit. But yeah, so there was...
In terms of songwriting, blatantly stolen from Mr. Bell.
Did not know that. There you go. So yeah, it was mega. I think we, like, what was it, like 6 or 7 different scenes. There you go, you can see the camera going up and down.
Twitch.
And the girls and I had to rehearse, obviously, weeks and weeks ahead to choreograph. And we were working in like my lounge room, and at the time I was in a 1-bedroom flat, so we're in like this, I don't know, 3 metre by 4 metre space, and like dodging my lounge, and it was crazy. Callum and Dodge, the 2 fighters, met on the day. On the day! So they choreographed their fights. Callum choreographed them mainly, and then they worked them all out. See Annalie breathe in the fog. It is friggin' freezing. So yeah, they worked out all of that. It was unreal. So yeah, Dodge has been smashed around. Plenty of fake blood. We had Amanda Easton on board to do all the
special effects.
Yeah, the special effects makeup, which yeah, I think turned out brilliantly. Oh, we got to find the cup.
Cup. Ah.
Yeah.
The vignette.
What? So.
No. Don't tell them where it is, let them find it.
Oh, okay. So I'll just let you know what it is. So we had like plastic cups. We probably had them for water as well. But anyway, I mean, we tried to bring whatever supplies because we knew we'd be there literally all night and there were no supplies. But one thing that we did need when the boys were fighting, they needed to have a sip of blood-coloured water for when, like, you know, blood goes spraying out. And I think it's that one that got left on set in shot. It's like the Easter egg that was, accidentally we didn't find it till later and just went, oh my God! So yeah, see if you can find the little plastic cup. But, oh, that one, I gotta stop that. So, that one connected. It was like, let me just go back a little, show you again. Just watch this. That kick. Off was like, oh. So I'm watching over Andy's shoulder. Andy's videoing. I'm watching over Andy's shoulder to, you know, just check it all out kind of thing. See that and just go, oh my God, that looked awesome. And it's like, oh, but are you okay, Dodge? It was like, and he's like, oh yeah, no worries.
Yeah,
And
just
back
got
on.
kicked in the
We
face.
got the shot. It was, oh, so good.
Oh, and the
yes.
Red Sea graffiti, which wasn't done by us.
No, never. Attila didn't walk around with a spray can and do RS graffiti everywhere. It was like, so you can see that little logo on the wall behind. I'm not sure if you can see the cursor at the moment. So spot the RS logos and Art of Transcending written throughout. It's a cracker. Wow, that bit. Dead sexy. So yeah. Oh, it's brutal, that bit. So it kind of ended up, my thinking behind the theming of it, it definitely just wanted really heavy symbolism. There's no storyline, as you can tell. The closest thing to a storyline is who wins the fight, you know what I mean? But just wanted really heavy symbolism and just super masculine energy plus super feminine energy. Smash it all together. Love this scene. Go Attila. He nearly burnt his chest hairs off. He had to get to get that shot. Oh, I gotta show that Superman again. That was unreal. Yeah, to get that shot of Attila screaming, he had to be so close to the fire that he could only handle it so long, and then just went, oh my God.
It's still hot.
And again, that was the second last filming, I think, so it was about 2 a.m. So everyone's exhausted. Check out this mega punch, the old Superman punch, as Callum, like, I don't even know what you call it. You put your foot against the pole, like your leverage against the pole, and then go boof over the top. Boff! And then dodge.
Yeah.
Boff!
Pile drive.
So that bit was kind of improvised. It was great. It was like, so I said to the guys, like, it had stopped after the Superman punch, that bit of fight choreography. And it sort of, everything was a bit too bits and piecey. And I said to the guys, I said to Andy, keep filming. And I said to Dodge, what would you do in return? Like, you wouldn't let him get away with that. Like, you'd be furious, wouldn't you? And so we just kept filming, and that's what happened. It was wild, the whole, like, this big pushback. Whoa, I love Tilly over the top of that.
Attila's delicate falsetto.
Oh! And death punch. He's dribbled blood all down his top. His mum's going to be spewing.
Yeah. Yeah, just one little thing about the recording. Clayton, our producer, had to call, what's his name, the periphery drummer.
Oh, yeah, I don't know his name, but I do remember the story.
Because he couldn't work out how to do a click in 11.
That made Pete's day. He loved that. But yeah, I think it's pretty amazing actually. Yeah, sorry, so absolutely need to mention Clayton for this, Clayton Segalov at the Brain Studios. Because, yeah, he definitely helped us beat that into what it is, because it really did come in still quite disparate, didn't it? Certainly with the vocals, God, it was still a bit sketchy for me. And I was like, this is what we're going for. And he's like, okay, well, we're not there yet. Yeah, stoked.
The overall structure of the song was more or less done. It was always a mullet. So it was business up the front, party up the back.
Pete always describes songs as haircuts. Yeah, but like we're just stoked with it. And that filming,
At least
like
it wasn't short back and sides.
Yeah, it's like, it's got to be said, we had the most skeleton crew you could possibly imagine. It's like if anyone wasn't in front of the camera, they were helping out. Things had to be swept because it was just filthy, like literally like an inch of filth everywhere. So depending on which bit we were using,
dust, sawdust.
Yeah, and we went through until, so I think we started rocking in, we bumped in about midday, and we finished filming at, I think it was 3, and then bumped out of there at 4 a.m.
Something
And
like that.
I maybe shouldn't have, but I thought after Hurricane, we had champagne on after the last shoot, like after the last, what do you call it? And that's rap, after the rap. And I thought, I'll bring champagne, but it's like we were just so exhausted that I was then terrified that none of us would make it home. We all said we would never been so tired in our life when we were driving home at 4 a.m. So everyone, so like Sean, who was there doing the behind the scenes photos, like he was helping out. Luke was doing behind the scenes footage and he was helping out. Brad as well was helping Amanda, and it was just, yeah, amazing what we pulled off. And Andy, our director of photography, Andy Stabbett, is a miracle worker. So yeah, it's incredible. And again, one of the best weekends of all of our lives, really. It was just unreal. Hope you enjoy it. See ya.
Bye.